kindling is dry beneath our frozen feet. We watch the sparks initiate the quiet glow. The world outside is rushing down the frantic street, but here inside our sanctuary we move slow. I lay my heavy head upon your leather vest and listen to the rhythm of your breathing pattern. We finally found a place where we can truly rest, far away from the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. The flame is consuming the wood without a sound, a steady heat that warms the cold and dusty floor.
Yeah, look at the ember drifting up through the chimney flue. Reminds me of the anger that I used to give to you. I was an explosive device with a short fuse attached, ready to detonate whenever a match was scratched. But you introduced me to a different type of thermodynamics, calming down my erratic panic and my verbal forensics. This ain't a sudden explosion that destroys the neighborhood. This is a slow burn, a steady fire consuming the wood. I dropped the hostile demeanor, the defensive posture, realizing how much energy my old resentment cost her. Your vocals are like a warm blanket in a blizzard storm, keeping my shivering spirit incredibly safe and warm.
We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhausted souls a beautiful retirement. And it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light.
I spent my entire youth burning down every single bridge I crossed, never calculating the immense psychological price it costs. I thought that passion meant screaming until your vocal cords tore, leaving nothing but ash and destruction on the venue floor. But sitting here in this cabin, observing your composure, I'm learning the true artistic value of absolute exposure. No longer needing to ignite a public controversy, just throwing myself completely at your musical mercy. We let the tempo breathe like a vintage bottle of port, no longer cutting our deepest conversation short. Two separate elements fusing into a singular entity, reclaiming the focus in our creative identity.
The midnight law collapses into a bed of gold. The room is filled with a comforting, nostalgic scent, a beautiful story that no longer needs to be told. We understand exactly where our youthful passion went. Our synchronization is an undeniable work of art. We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhausted souls a beautiful retirement. And it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Let it cook, let the warmth.
No more screaming microphones, or
we are safe from the winter, safe from the cold.
yeah, a dynamic chemistry
that never grows old.
Just watch the last log turn into a glowing coal.
This is the ultimate satisfaction of my soul. Gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Slow burn, turning into ash. Let the heat linger, we could relax. Slow burn. The canyon of my mind is vast and completely empty. I scream your name, but nothing ever comes back to me. We accumulated wealth and treasures in plenty, but lost the simple essence of our history.
I stand upon the precipice of this dark canyon, looking for a sign, a glimmer or a spark, wishing you were still my comforting companion, to guide me through the terrifying dense dark. The reverberation of our last argument remains etched into the very stone of this abandoned place. Yeah, I hear the echo of our arguments bouncing off the canyon wall, reminding me of every single time I caused your pride to fall. I was too stubborn to admit that I was terrified of losing control, allowing my internal monsters to dig a massive empty hole. Yeah.
Now I'm standing in the clearing, shouting out an apology, trying to reverse the damage of my destructive psychology. The silence that you give me is louder than a gunshot blast, a painful reminder that the good times are firmly in the past.
I try to find the vocabulary to bridge this immense divide, but my ego keeps telling me to bury the truth deep inside.
Yeah, your piano chords are reaching out like a lifeline in the fog, rescuing my spirit from this suffocating swampy bog. We listen to the space between the words we never speak, discovering the hidden strength of being completely weak. The frequency is shifting as we align our separate souls, filling up the empty spaces and the broken bows. And it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day.
Yeah. Hey, I used to fill the silence with a barrage of rapid words, attacking every instrumental track like a flock of vicious birds. But now I understand the value of leaving a blank space, allowing your melody to completely illuminate the place. You show me that restraint can be a powerful artistic choice, giving more weight and definition to my gravelly voice. We strip away the distortion, the hype and the theatrics, focusing entirely on our emotional and creative matrix.
No longer running away from the quiet moments of reflection, just accepting our flaws without demanding human perfection.
I dropped the microphone on the dusty, worn out floor,
realizing that I don't need to fight this war anymore. The wind is dying down inside this ancient valley. The stars are illuminating the dark, abandoned street. I no longer feel the need to constantly keep score or tally every single mistake or painful historical defeat. Our spirits are finally learning how to gently coexist. We listen to the space between the words we never speak, discovering the hidden strength of being completely weak. The frequency is shifting as we align our separate souls, filling up the empty spaces and the broken bows. And it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day.
peace
beneath the open sky.
Yeah, no more reasons for either of us to lie.
Just listen to the absolute quietness right now.
We finally figured out
the answer somehow, and it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day. Nothing left but the truth. Peace out. The ivory is yellowed on this ancient keyboard stand, a relic of a generation that has slipped away. I run my fingers across the wood with an unsteadied hand, remembering the melodies we used to easily play. The lacquer is peeling like the paint upon the wall, a visual reminder of the passage of time. We listen to the autumn leaves as they begin to fall, trying to reconstruct a reason or a rhyme for why we let our vibrant symphony completely expire.
Yeah, look at these faded keys. The instrument is ancient history. How we lost our synchronization remains a total mystery. I'm looking at the dust settling inside the inner strings, thinking about the temporary joy that material luxury brings. I used to chase the platinum plaques, the trophies on the shelf, completely neglecting the psychological health of myself. Now I'm standing in an antique shop, staring at the mechanism, viewing our entire career through a different kind of prism. Your fingers strike a chord and the wood starts to vibrate, resurrecting emotions that I thought were way too late to salvage from the wreckage of our colossal collision. But the music is providing a brand new,
pristine vision. The ink is fading on the old sheet music score, but our creative spark is stronger than it was. From the corners of our mind, leaving the historical baggage completely behind. Through these faded keys, we resurrect the dormant flame, remembering the purpose long before we knew the fame. We blend the hip-hop cadence with the classical design, pouring old wisdom into a brand new bottle of wine. Yes, the faded keys will play a magnificent song, proving that our creative connection was right all along.
Yeah. I remember the days of the basement tapes and the raw hunger, before the industry machinery chewed up the young girl and youngster. We were just purists chasing after a beautiful vibration, without the constant pressure of a global expectation. But sitting next to you on this creaky wooden bench, I feel the old passion returning to quench the artistic thirst of this stadium crowd could never satisfy. No longer needing to exaggerate or castily justify my existence to a jury of anonymous internet commenters, just focusing entirely on these acoustic parameters. We let the tempo breathe, no electronic quantization, just two masters engaged in a profound conversation.
The vintage resonance is filling up the empty room. The shadows are retreating from the corners of the hall. We watched our dormant inspiration suddenly bloom, answering a deeply spiritual internal call. Our legacy is written in the music that we make. The ink is fading on the old sheet music score, but our creative spark is stronger than it was before. We sweep away the cobwebs from the corners of our mind, leaving the historical baggage completely all alone. Play it once again, let the opium in.
To see what kind of perspective this melody.
The past is behind us, the future is clear.
Yeah, the music is the only thing that matters right here.
Just listen to the machinery working inside the frame.
We survive the fire.
We survive the heavy rain. Through these faded keys, we resurrect the dormant flame. Remembering the purpose long before we knew the fame. We blend the hip-hop cadence with the classical design, pouring old wisdom into a brand new bottle of wine. Yes, the faded keys will play a magnificent tone, proving that our creative connection was right all along.
Faded keys
Into the quiet night.
close the lid. We done.
That's right. Yeah. White noises drifting through the old speaker box, a transmission from a world we left behind. I feel the vibration through my woolen socks. As the late night frequencies begin to wind, we are like two signals searching for a clear band, lost in the waves of a vast digital ocean, trying to hold on with an unsteadied hand to the remaining fragments of our pure emotion. The needle is skipping on the scratch shellac, a rhythmic reminder that there is no turning back.
Yeah, hear the distortion scratching inside my eardrum. Reminds me of the chaotic place that I emerged from. I'm dialing the receiver, trying to find your station, navigating through a sea of absolute frustration. The airwaves are crowded with commercial pollution, but I'm searching for an organic acoustic resolution. I spent my whole career screaming through the microphone capsule, trying to keep my aggressive thoughts under a tight capsule. But the static soul environment is forcing me to listen, watching how the dust motes in the low light glisten. Your piano chords are like a filter that cleans the signal, rescuing my spirit from a reality
That's artificial. We let the feedback become a part of our melody, converting the technological glitch into a therapy. The interference is dropping as our frequencies align, creating a pristine blueprint of a legendary design. And it's a static soul vibrating through the cosmic air, an honest manifestation of the burdens that we bear. We blend the gritty frequencies with the vintage pop grace, securing our own position in this vast electronic space. Yes, the static soul will eventually find a clear channel, dressing our rawest thoughts in a warm sheet of flannel.
Yeah. My perspective is changing when the background hiss increases, forcing me to reassemble all my broken psychological pieces. I used to think that volume was the only way to conquer the static, delivering a verbal barrage that was entirely erratic. But sitting in the studio observing your frequency control, I feel a deep sense of tranquility entering my soul. No longer participating in the modern digital rat race, just enjoying the warmth of this analog restricted space. We let the distortion linger, refusing to sanitize the track, embracing the beauty of every single imperfection and crack. A monumental fusion of the street corner in the lounge room, watching our alternative creative project
suddenly bloom. The radio tower is flashing on the distant hill. The midnight transmission is reaching its final phase. The outside world is completely quiet and still as we emerge from the thick electronic haze. Our synchronization is a permanent, unbreakable wave. We let the feedback become a part of our melody, converting the technological glitch into a therapy. The interference is dropping as our frequencies align, creating a of a legendary design. And it's a static soul vibrating through the cosmic air, an honest manifestation of the burdens that we bear. We blend the gritty frequencies with the vintage pop grace, secure in our own position in this vast electronic space. Yes, the static soul will eventually find a clear channel, dressing our rawest thoughts in a warm sheet of flannel. Yeah.
Yeah, the more.
And it's static soul vibrating through the cosmic air. And it's static soul, an honest manifestation of the burdens that we bear. We blend the gritty frequencies with the vintage pop grace, secure in our own position in this vast electronic space. Yes, the static soul will eventually find a clear channel, dressing our rawest thoughts in a warm sheet of flannel.
Static soul.
Drifting away into space,
Pull the plug on the receiver.
where good peace. The haze is settling inside this dim cafe. A cigarette is burning down to ash and dust. We watch the golden afternoon dissolve to gray, and left our promises to wither and to rust. I feel the ivory beneath my heavy hands, unlocking memories we tried so hard to hide. Nobody in this crowded room quite understands the silent current pulling us against the tide. You speak in riddles that are tangled in the smoke, a beautiful disaster that I can't forsake.
Yeah, I watch the wisps of gray ascending toward the plaster ceiling, trying to suppress this overwhelming, suffocating feeling. You're hitting chords that resurrect the ghost I thought was buried dead, evoking all the wicked words that everybody else had said. I used to weaponize the dialect, the lyrical assassin, but now I'm sitting in the shadows, witnessing your passion. The way your fingers navigate the keys is like a healing ointment, erasing 20 years of anger, stress, and disappointment.
I drop the microphone and listen to the resonance, absorbing every single note to establish my defense against the inner turbulence that threatens to consume my mind, leaving the bitterness and all the heavy armor far behind. We let the smoke illuminate the hidden path we tread, unraveling the complicated mysteries instead of fighting battles that were lost a decade long ago. We let the music set the pace and control the steady flow. Through these smoky keys we find a way to breathe again, a sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain.
Yeah, I spent my entire youth navigating through a fiery furnace, screaming at the top of my lungs to prove my own earnest. But there's a quiet dignity inside this jazzy atmosphere, where all the paranoia and the static suddenly disappear. You play a major third and alter my entire mood, replacing my aggressive stance with genuine gratitude. No longer chasing validation from a fickle demographic, just chilling in the corner booth, ignoring all the heavy traffic. We orchestrate a masterpiece out of the broken fragments, defying every critic who predicted our collapsing segments. This is the fusion of the pavement and the classical design, a legendary vintage poured into a dirty glass of wine. Oh.
The final ember dies inside the crystal tray. The morning light is whispering across the floor. We threw our heavy, useless armor completely away. and found the strength to walk right through that open door. Your rhyme scheme is a shield that protects my fragile song. We let the smoke illuminate the hidden path we tread, unraveling the complicated mysteries instead of fighting battles that were lost a decade long ago. We let the music set the pace and control the steady flow. Through these smoky keys we find a way to breathe again, a sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain. Sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain. Smoky keys drifting in the air, just let it fade out right here. Perfect. The city sleeps beneath a blanket of neon blue. The clock tower chimes, announcing the witching hour. I sit on the balcony waiting alone for you, as the rain pours down, stripping the blooming flower.
I hold a crystal glass filled with a crimson wine, reflecting the street lights dancing upon the floor. I wonder if your path will ever intersect with mine, or if we're just drifters knocking on a locked door.
The air is chilly, carrying a scent of old romance, a nostalgic whisper blowing through the open space.
Yeah, I'm driving through the boulevard, windshield wipers moving fast, chasing after ghosts from a distant obliterated past. The dashboard glow is casting shadows on my weary face, trying to find a destination in this empty space. I park the vehicle, step out into the midnight mist, thinking about the opportunities that we both missed. I climb the stairwell, heavy footsteps echoing aloud, tired of the noise and the pollution of the daily crowd. I see you
standing by the railing like a silhouette, a cinematic vision that I never will forget. You hand me the glass, a gesture of unspoken truce, loosening the tension from a tight, constricting noose. Underneath the canopy, stars that refuse to shine, we cross the boundary, erasing the dividing line. A singular moment frozen in the nocturnal air, trading our illusions for a truth we finally share. Take a midnight sip, let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time.
Yeah, my Perspective changes when the clock strikes 12. Into the deepest corners of my psyche I begin to delve. No more defense mechanisms, no more witty punchlines. Just a man analyzing all his internal design signs. Appreciate the cadence of your gentle breathing pattern. We're like two distant satellites orbiting around Saturn, far away from the criticism and the public scrutiny, preventing my chaotic thoughts from staging a new mutiny. You teach me how to slow down, how to embrace the rhythm, escaping from the walls of my own self-imposed prison. We take our time, savoring the flavor on our palate, writing our own laws without a judge or a gavel mallet.
The velvet night enfolds us in a warm embrace. The turbulence of yesterday is thoroughly erased. I lean against your shoulder, feeling the steady beat of a heart that found a sanctuary off the frantic street. The world can spin without us for a little while. Underneath the canopy of stars that refuse to shine, we cross the boundary, erasing the dividing line. A singular moment frozen in the nocturnal air, trading our illusions for a truth we finally share. Take a midnight sip, let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time.
The world is fast asleep.
We dive into the ocean where the water's running deep.
No reservations left.
We give into the flow.
Yeah, turn the headlights off.
Let the dashboard glow, glow, glow. Sip it slow. Let the stress evaporate from your veins.
Nothing but the moonlight and the music on the
midnight sip. Let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time. Midnight sip, just you and me. Yeah, let the city sleep midnight. The reservoir is filled with a deep and midnight dye. I watch the liquid poetry spill across the sheet. We don't need to offer an explanation why our separate trajectories manage to meet. I write down the chords that originate in my soul, while you prepare the sentences that describe the pain. We are two different parts of a singular whole, finding the beautiful solace inside the heavy rain. The fountain pen is bleeding onto the porous white page, a permanent record of our transition to a wiser age.
Yeah, dipping the tip of my quill inside the jazz ink well, extracting the stories that my conscious mind is forced to tell. I'm used to spilling venom, spraying lighter fluid on the track, attacking every single enemy without ever holding back. But this environment requires a more sophisticated fluid, molding my vocabulary like a highly educated druid. I'm painting pictures with the alphabet of fluid calligraphy, matching the elegance of your the discography.
Your piano notes are like the blotted paper that absorbs the stress, relieving all the agony, the panic and the mess of maintaining a public image that is entirely superficial, creating something genuine, authentic and beneficial. The ink is flowing down the lip, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink writing our definitive memoirs tonight. A timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
I spent my whole youth treating a notebook like a battlefield, screaming through the ink cartridges until my fate was sealed. I thought that poetry was meant to be a violent weapon of war, leaving nothing but casualties on the recording studio floor. But sitting here at this mahogany desk, watching your hand glide, I see the immense power of letting the aggression subside. No longer needing to weaponize every single syllable I spit, just enjoying the organic texture of the track where we sit. We orchestrate a literature that completely defies the trend, finding the beautiful resolution where the old chapters end, the monumental combination of the pavement and the press, dressing our deepest thoughts in the sophisticated jazz dress.
The midnight candle is burning down to the copper base. The final paragraph is taking shape upon the page. We can finally step out of the frantic competitive race, accepting the mature tranquility of this creative stage. Our synchronization is an indelible mark that will never fade. The ink is slowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink writing our definitive memoirs tonight. A timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Let the words not, let the midnight ink spill.
Yeah, we're capturing the essence.
Our story is permanent, written in stone.
Sophisticated frequency that is
completely our own. Sign your name at the bottom of the final sheet. This is where the classical design perfectly meets the street. And it's the jazz ink writing our definitive memoirs tonight. A timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Jazz ink drawing on the page. Close the book, it's a masterpiece. We out. My fingers slide across the damaged ivory block. The harmony is fractured, completely out of tune. The ticking mechanism of the grandfather clock reminds me that the winter will swallow up the June. We try to construct a beautiful, cohesive song, but every single inversion feels slightly out of place. We spend too many seasons pretending nothing was wrong, hiding our deep resentment behind a smiling face. Now the disarray is vibrating through the metallic strings, a painful manifestation of the sorrow that it brings.
Yeah, look at these broken chords, the composition is a disaster. We're trying to patch up the holes in the structural plaster with superficial apologies that don't mean a thing. Wondering what kind of misery this arrangement will bring. I'm used to spitting aggressive rhymes over a solid foundation. Now I'm navigating through a sea of absolute frustration, because the root note is missing, the bass line is distorted. Every single attempt at reconciliation has been aborted. I look at your sheet music, it's torn and scattered around, an accurate representation of the trauma that we found when we allowed our egos to dictate the musical key, destroying the fragile balance of our creative decree.
We try to find a resolution to this dissonant strain, searching for a therapeutic balm to alleviate the pain. But the intervals are jagged, the tension refuses to break, exposing every single error that we managed to make. Through these broken chords, we articulate our mutual grief, searching through the disarray for a moment of temporary relief. We blend the fractured poetry with the melancholy design, accepting that our tapestry will never perfectly align. Yes, the broken chords are echoing through the empty hall, a haunting monument to our monumental historic fall.
I remember when our synchronization was completely flawless, before our internal environment became entirely lawless. I was a perfectionist, analyzing every single syllable count, trying to conquer every obstacle that I had to surmount. But sitting next to you on this fractured piano bench, I feel an emotional pain that no amount of liquor can quench. No longer able to hide behind a clever punchline, a gimmick, faced with the reality that I don't want to mimic. We let the dissonance linger, refusing to resolve the chord, realizing that honesty is our only remaining reward. A devastating masterpiece built out of structural decay, watching the final remnants of our paradise wither away.
The candlelight is dying out inside the empty room. The final harmonic extension dissolves into the dark. We are completely surrounded by an atmospheric gloom, unable to ignite a single salvaging creative spark. Our legacy is written in these unresolved tragic notes. We try to find a resolution to this dissonant strain, searching for a therapeutic balm to alleviate the pain. But the intervals are jagged, the tension refuses to break, exposing every single error that we managed to make. Through these broken chords, we articulate our mutual grief, searching through the disarray for a moment of temporary relief. We blend the fractured poetry with the melancholy design, accepting that our tapestry will never perfectly align. Yes, the broken chords are echoing through the empty hall, a haunting monument to our monumental historic fall. Nothing left but the secrets that we're forced to keep. Through these broken chords, we articulate our mutual grief, searching through the disarray for a moment of temporary relief. We blend the fractured poetry with the melancholy design, accepting that our tapestry will never perfectly align. Yes, the broken chords are echoing through the empty hall, a haunting monument to our monumental historic fall. Let it break, it's over. Walk away. Yeah. reservoir is filled with a deep and midnight dye. I watch the liquid poetry spill across the sheet. We don't need to offer an explanation why our separate trajectories manage to meet. I write down the chords that originate in my soul while you prepare the sentences that describe the pain. We are two different parts of a singular whole, finding a beautiful solace inside the heavy rain. The fountain pen is bleeding onto the porous white page, a permanent record of our transition to a wiser age.
Yeah, dipping the tip of my quill inside the jazz ink well, extracting the stories that my conscious mind is forced to tell. I'm used to spilling venom, spraying lighter fluid on the track, attacking every single enemy without ever holding back. But this environment requires a more sophisticated fluid mode in my vocabulary, like a highly educated druid. I'm painting pictures with the alphabet of fluid calligraphy, matching the elegance of your acoustic discography. Your piano notes are like the blotter paper that absorb the stress,
Relieving all the agony, the panic, and the mess
of maintaining a public image that is entirely superficial,
creating something genuine, authentic,
and beneficial.
The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
Yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
I spent my whole youth treating the notebook like a battlefield, screaming through the ink cartridges until my fate was sealed. I thought that poetry was meant to be a violent weapon of war, leaving nothing but casualties on the recording studio floor. But sitting here at this mahogany desk, watching your hand glide, I see the immense power of letting the aggression subside, no longer needing to weaponize every single syllable I spit, just
Enjoying the organic texture of the track where we sit.
We orchestrate a literature that completely defies the trend, finding a beautiful resolution where the old chapters end, a monumental combination of the pavement and the press,
Dressing our deepest thoughts in a sophisticated jazz dress. The midnight candle is burning down to the copper base. The final paragraph is taking shape upon the page. We can finally step out of the frantic competitive race, accepting the mature tranquility of this creative stage. Our synchronization is an indelible mark that will never fade. The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Let the words flow, let the midnight ink spill.
Yeah, we're capturing the essence while the world is standing still.
Our story is permanent,
Written in stone,
a sophisticated frequency that is completely our own. Sign your name at the bottom of the final sheet.
this is where
The classical design perfectly meets the street. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
yes, yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Jazzing, right on the page.
Yeah.
Close the book, it's a masterpiece. We out. The kindling is dry beneath our frozen feet. We watch the sparks initiate the quiet glow. The world outside is rushing down the frantic street, but here inside our sanctuary, we move slow.
I lay my heavy head upon your leather vest and listen to the rhythm of your breathing pattern. We finally found a place where we can truly rest, far away from the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn.
The flame is consuming the wood without a sound, a steady heat that warms the cold and dusty floor.
Yeah, look at the ember drifting upward through the chimney flue. Reminds me of the anger that I used to give to you. I was an explosive device with a short fuse attached, ready to detonate whenever a match was scratched. But you introduced me to a different type of thermodynamics, calming down my erratic panic and my verbal forensics. This ain't a sudden explosion that destroys the neighborhood. This is a slow burn, a steady fire consuming the wood. I dropped the hostile demeanor, the defensive posture, realizing how much energy my old resentment cost. Your vocals are like a warm blanket in a blizzard storm, keeping my shivering spirit incredibly safe and warm.
We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhausted souls a beautiful retirement. And it's a slow burn, gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light.
I spent my entire youth burning down every single bridge I crossed, never calculating the immense psychological price it cost. I thought that passion meant screaming until your vocal cords tore, leaving nothing but ash and destruction on the venue floor. But sitting here in this cabin, observing your composure, I'm learning the true artistic value of absolute exposure. No longer needing to ignite a public controversy, just throwing myself completely at your musical mercy. We let the tempo breathe like a vintage bottle of port, no longer cutting our deepest conversations short. Two separate elements fusing into a singular entity, reclaiming our focus and our creative identity.
The midnight law collapses into a bed of gold. The room is filled with a comforting, nostalgic scent, a beautiful story that no longer needs to be told. We understand exactly where our youthful passion went. Our synchronization is an undeniable work of art. We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhausted souls a beautiful retirement. And it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Or aggressive tones. Yeah, we are safe from the winter never grows old. Just watch the last log turn into a glowing coal.
This is the ultimate satisfaction of my soul.
And it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Slow burn, turning into passion. Let the heat linger, we could relax. Slow burn. The ivory is yellowed on this ancient keyboard stand, a relic of a generation that has slipped away. I run my fingers across the wood with an unsteadied hand, remembering the melodies we used to easily play.
Yeah.
The lacquer is peeling like the paint upon the wall, a visual reminder of the passage of time. We listen to the autumn leaves as they begin to fall, trying to reconstruct a reason or a rhyme for why we let our vibrant symphony completely expire.
Yeah, look at these faded keys. The instrument is ancient history. How we lost our synchronization remains a total mystery. I'm looking at the dust settling inside the inner strings, thinking about the temporary joy the material luxury brings. I used to chase the platinum plaques, the trophies on the shelf, completely neglecting the psychological health of myself. Now I'm standing in an antique shop, staring at the mechanism, viewing our entire career through a different kind of prism.
Your fingers strike a chord and the wood starts to vibrate, resurrecting emotions that I thought were way too late to salvage from the wreckage of our colossal collision. But the music is providing a brand new, pristine vision. The ink is fading on the old sheet music score, but our creative spark is stronger than it was before. We sweep away the cobwebs from the corners of our mind, leaving the historical baggage completely behind. Through these faded keys, we resurrect the dormant flame, remembering the purpose long before we knew the fame. We blend the hip-hop cadence with the classical design, pouring old wisdom into a brand new bottle of wine. Yes, the faded keys will play a magnificent song, proving that our creative connection was right.
I remember the days of the basement tapes and the raw hunger, before the industry machinery chewed up the young girl and youngster. We were just purists chasing after a beautiful vibration, without the constant pressure of a global expectation. But sitting next to you on this creaky wooden bench, I feel the old passion returning to quench the artistic thirst that a stadium crowd could never satisfy. No longer needing to exaggerate or constantly justify my existence to a jury of anonymous internet commenters, just focusing entirely on these acoustic parameters. We let the tempo breathe, no electronic quantization, just two masters engaged in a profound conversation.
The vintage resonance is filling up the empty room. The shadows are retreating from the corners of the hall. We watched our dormant inspiration suddenly bloom, answering the deeply spiritual internal call. Our legacy is written in the music that we made. The ink is fading on the old sheet music score, but our creative spark is stronger than it was before. We sweep away the cobwebs from the corners of our mind, leaving the historical baggage completely behind. Through these faded keys, we resurrect the dormant flame, remembering the purpose long before we knew the fame. We blend the hip-hop cadence with the classical design, pouring old wisdom into a brand new bottle of wine. Yes, the faded keys will play a magnificent song, proving that our creative once again.
Let the old piano sing
to see what kind of perspective this melody can bring.
The past is behind us, the future is clear.
Yeah, the music is the only thing that matters right here.
Just listen to the
machinery working inside the frame.
We survived the fire,
we survived the heavy rain. Through these faded keys, we resurrect the dormant flame, remembering the purpose long before we knew the fame. We blend the hip-hop cadence with the classical design, pouring old wisdom into a brand new bottle of wine. Yes, the faded keys will play a magnificent song, proving that our creative connection was right all along.
faded keys.
We've done, that's right.
That's right.
The purple tint upon my fragile skin is like a map of where our love went wrong. I try to hide the turbulence within by wrapping it inside this gentle song. We fought with words that left no outward scar, yet left us bleeding on the living room rug. We look at each other from afar, sipping our drinks from a chipped ceramic mug. I do not hold a grudge against your ghost, I only wish we knew how to forgive.
Yeah, look at these marks on our collective reputation, an accurate reflection of our mutual frustration. We collided like two planets in a cosmic accident, leaving behind a trail of absolute predicament. I used to think that being tough meant never showing pain, standing like a soldier in the freezing winter rain. But these soft bruises on my psychological defense are forcing me to analyze the structural expense of keeping up this absolute ridiculous charade while watching all the vibrant colors of our history fade. Your piano notes are like a cool therapeutic compress, relieving all the agony, the panic, and the stress.
We don't need to apologize for being slightly damaged goods. We spent too many winters navigating through the dark woods. Now we sit beneath the amber lamp, accepting every flaw, watching how the frozen block of ice begins to thaw. These soft bruises tell a story of survival and grace, an honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold, hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
Yeah, my perspective altered when I stopped trying to retaliate, realizing that revenge is just a useless heavyweight. I spent my whole career delivering the verbal punches, operating on my dark, aggressive animal hunches. But sitting in this coffee house, observing your technique, I see the immense power being vulnerable and meek. No more slamming doors or shattering the glass kitchenware, just an honest assessment of the burdens that we bear. We articulate our trauma through a syncopated rhythm, escaping from our self-created internal prison, a legendary combination of the street and the soul, reassembling the fragments till the vessel is whole.
The morning sun is kissing all the shadows away. The pain is transforming into a beautiful design. We don't have to dwell upon the mistakes of yesterday, as long as your chaotic world can synchronize with mine. Our resilience is a testament to where we belong. To apologize for being slightly damaged goods. We spent too many winters navigating through the dark woods. Now we sit beneath the amber lamp, accepting every flaw, watching how the frozen block of ice begins to thaw. These soft bruises tell a story of survival and grace, an honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
Yeah. The color changes,
the pain begins to disappear.
the plain big thing is clear.
We carry our history without any shame.
No more finger pointing, no more playing the game.
These soft bruises tell the story of survival and grace. An honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
A beautiful story,
Finally told peace. Peace.
yeah.
The highway stretches out into the midnight dark, a river of white headlights moving down below. I sit up on the rooftop waiting for a spark as the cold industrial wind begins to blow. I hear the distant hum of the metropolis alive, a million different stories intersecting in the air. We struggle in the concrete jungle just to survive, forgetting all the simple things we used to share. Your voice comes through the static of my old radio, a comforting reminder of the world I used to know.
Yeah, I hear that distant hum of the engines on the interstate, pacing on the terrace, trying to communicate. The isolation of a man who reached the absolute summit, watching his emotional stability suddenly plummet. I look down at the grid like the city looks like a circuit board, a chaotic environment that I can no longer afford to let inside my psyche, polluting my internal peace. I need this industrial noise to completely cease, but your melody is cutting through the smog and the vibration, providing a divine alternative destination. A frequency of jazz that counteracts the urban madness, replacing my aggressive cynicism with a
gentle sadness. The world is spinning at a terrifying, frantic pace, but we are frozen in this elevated, quiet space. We listen to the vibration of the valley down below, allowing our creative ideas to naturally grow. And it's a distant hum that reminds us where we came from, an echo of the pavement and the beating of a street drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep.
I spent my whole life screaming over the industrial roar, fighting for a position on the dirty venue floor. But now I appreciate the beauty of a distant perspective, analyzing my career with a completely new objective. No longer participating in the rat race or the competition, just executing my artistic and creative mission. When the legendary songstress who understands the pocket, we don't need to launch another commercial rocket. Just sitting on the rooftop, watching the exhaust fumes rise, seeing the reflection of the stars inside your eyes. We synchronize our thoughts like two grandfather clocks, escaping from the system in its commercial boxes.
The midnight train is whistling along the rusty track. The city down below is finally turning off the light. There is no earthly reason for us to ever look back, as long as we can navigate the darkness of the night. Our connection is a lighthouse in a stormy, foggy sea. The world is spinning at a terrifying, frantic pace, but we are frozen in this elevated, quiet space. We listen to the vibration of the valley down below, allowing our creative ideas to naturally grow. And it's a distant hum drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep. Living in a spotlight can be incredibly hard.
We found a sanctuary
Far above the crowd.
no longer needing our expressions to be loud. Just listen to the city breathing in the dark.
This is where our new beginning leaves its mark. And it's a distant hum that reminds us where we came from. An echo of the pavement and the beating of a street drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep.
Just a hum.
Let the city sleep, we good out for the night. Brown leaves are swirling down the avenue. The city air is crisp with a hint of coming frost. I walk along the sidewalk thinking about you and everything we accidentally gathered and we lost. The skyscrapers are framing a pale and cloudy sky as street musicians play a melancholy tune. I wrap my wool coat tighter as the wind blows by, wishing that the spring would return to us soon. But there is a unique beauty in this seasonal decay, a peaceful atmosphere that helps me find my way.
Yeah, look at the foliage scattering across the concrete jungle. Reminds me of how quickly a corporate empire can crumble. I'm walking down Broadway, hands inside my pockets, watching the city lights burn like expensive rockets. I used to hate the autumn, hated watching things die, preferring the aggressive summer heat under the sky. But this urban autumn is providing a therapeutic lens, forcing me to make adjustments and creative amends with the reality of aging and the passage of time, blending my gritty dialect with your acoustic chime. Your piano notes are like the golden afternoon sun, illuminating the path before the day is completely done.
The metropolitan scenery is changing its complexion, offering our weary minds a moment of reflection. We don't need to fight the natural cycle of the year. We just need to stand together until the skies are clear. Inside this urban autumn, we watch the colors transform, finding a way to keep each other incredibly safe and warm. We blend the pavement philosophy with the Coffeehouse vibe, a legendary frequency that no critic can describe. Yes, the urban autumn will strip the branches bare, revealing all the honest truths that we finally share.
I remember the days when I was starving in the freezing cold, before my artistic narrative was commercially sold. I was an angry youth running through the autumn mist, with a chip on my shoulder and a tightly clenched fist. But sitting next to you on this park bench today, I feel the old hostility completely melting away. No longer needing to yell to receive public attention, just embracing the quiet maturity of this dimension. We let the leaves fall where they naturally belong, focusing entirely on the structure of this beautiful song. A perfect combination of the gutter and the grace, creating our own paradise in this concrete space.
The street lamps are turning on along the Central Park. The rush hour traffic creates a river of bright gold. We are completely comfortable navigating the dark, holding on to a connection that will never grow old. Our synchronization is a beautiful seasonal transition. The metropolitan scenery is changing its complexion, offering our weary minds a moment of reflection. We don't need to fight the natural cycle of the year. We just need to stand together until the skies are clear. Inside this urban autumn, we watch the colors transform, finding a way to keep each other incredibly safe and warm. We blend the pavement philosophy with the Coffeehouse vibe, a legendary frequency and no critic can describe. Yes, the urban autumn will strip the branches bare, revealing all the honest truths that we finally share. Let the leaves fall, let the seasons change.
Yeah, it's beautiful when things rearrange.
We survive the transition, we welcome the chill.
Standing on the sidewalk, watching the world stand still.
Inside this urban autumn, we watch the colors transform, finding a way to keep each other incredibly safe and warm. We blend the pavement philosophy with the Coffeehouse vibe, a legendary frequency that no critic can describe. Yes, the urban autumn will strip the branches bare, revealing all the honest truths that we finally share.
Keep walking, we're good, that's right.
Mm.